Galactic Seabass podcast with your host, Sebastian Fowler. Hey, that's me. What's up, guys? How are we today? Is this a good angle? I feel like I may have underestimated this angle. Welcome. We are doing this. I've wanted to start a podcast for a really long time, and I feel. Hey, hello, welcome. I'm currently in sunny San Diego, California. Oh, there have been a lot of adventures we've gone on over the years together, all of us. Going to be talking about. While it's still fresh, or while we're early in the game, you know, podcast yet, so I feel like it's probably, if anyone's even watching yet, but that doesn't matter. That feels a little better. So, welcome to my home. I'm going to do a little experiment while we're. Uh, I'm Sebastian. For anybody that doesn't know me, I live in San Diego in Ocean Beach. I've got a little dog named Ollie, and I have a cat named Andy who's roaming around. He might stop by a little bit later on tonight. There's a show tonight at the Acid Vault in the East. No way, dude. Can I seriously watch this? This well, a little bit off, but uh, options too. That's always acceptable. Actually, I'm gonna fix this angle super fast. All right. Oh, wow, this is neat. I can watch my own stream. Sounds like a. Never mind. I'm going into that, trying to keep this YouTube friendly. I could even drop this a little more. Shit. All right, hold on. So I was set up on, it was like three books balanced on top of this tripod. So it's going to take me just a quick second to get this adjusted. Hi, how's everybody doing today? Really excited to get into this whole shenanigan. I'm doing this. We're live. Thank you so much for being here. I know I'm currently not on the screen, but I am happy that you are here. Uh, Holy cow. I think I messed up a lot of things. All right, check it out. It's balanced on. Try and set this up again. To get back to the computer, I can see if anybody asks questions or anything like that. Goodness, hi everybody. Should I use my fake mic? Anyway, welcome to the podcast. I am your host, Galactic Seabass, and this is awesome. lately. I've been doing comedy basically every day for over, which is really cool. Tonight I'll be doing a set, like I said, at the Acid Vault. It'll be my 220th time doing stand up, which is crazy. Um, it's such a fun journey, like to go down the road. And I know it's one of those things. Louis C.K. said you might do it for 25 years and then realize you never should have started. But it's so much fun. I love making people laugh and about to make money. It should be cool. Really excited. So to be able to have some guests on this thing and talk about made a video yesterday. I probably sat here and talked for 25 minutes and then I checked the camera and then realized it was off. And for sure. Hey, Ollie boy, Drama uh, DRAMA dash DUHH 17 following us. And then on the way home, this cat started following just me for a good amount of time. So we'll kitty up and home, and I figured he was hungry, so I got him a can of cat food at the corner store, and he just gobbled it up. And went in on the social media posts, and nobody ever claimed him. So here's but this little fella came into my life late. He could hopefully on skateboarder itself. Like he's low key afraid of skateboards when we're not you like 20. I love this little guy. This video is brought to you by fortunate enough to have been able to get some free product and free water. Uh, Death and first everybody. Uh, Man, I 20. I like counting. I'm a big counter. Sets or even like writes their jokes down. But I have my little. You're on the bed, please, Ollie. what I do, it's kind of hard to see. Like if I showed you this page, I'm not sure if that's visible, but it's basically like nonsense. Um, I write the number, the date, the place, and then like a little short version of the joke, and then I use a check if it worked, a check circle if it like kind of worked, and then a circle if it did not work. So there's a lot of circles in here, which is kind of fun though. I've had a lot of expenses here. I had my first paid gig, February 13th. It was awesome, and also something that I love and like, but with comedy, it feels so real and kind of good at my whole life. And photography, uh, pro bike rider, but like for trips me out. It's camera off the other day. I told that story, so I'll do that. Onto everything I hoped it would have, but it still exists now, so it has the potential to podcast and really like and be able to have like a voice in our little online community. I love my YouTube channel and I'm very grateful to all my subscribers who have stuck with me over the years. It's been such a wild series of adventures from like stuff, and it's been fun. 2020 like workshop or a DAW like uh, audio. Wrote all 11 songs on it, like recorded everything in my room, including the drums, which my neighbors signed a petition to get me to stop playing them for. Just playing. To do every aspect of the musical system, and where I was like not really taking it as seriously for like a year, and then the COVID focus on this on the local rock station, 91X, which is crazy. Did almost 100,000 on Spotify. So just like I like putting my mind to stuff and doing it and learning how to get it done, whatever it is. Um, and that's why comedy feels so cool and important. Like really do get better, and, like, it's just, like, you know, it's not it's a little scene have that, like, same kind of, like, but funny. Every day, like, I go out of my way to, like, just make strangers laugh, and I love hearing people chuckle, like, just really having the direction to of this I think Mark Normand, how's you is either one, like, you do the joke and it's funny, and it's a bad feeling, but when you do control, like, whether or not they like the material, but, like, the direction that you wanna take it in. I will we could probably have it set up a little bit better, but video right now. I have my earbuds in, but I don't whether or not you can hear me. So if anybody can hear me, sure. It's when a British guy takes a good look at something. This one. I guess you know what? You can just look it up. I'll put a link in the description. You guys can go check it out because it's like under glass, and I don't really want to mess with it. So this really cool in LA, like during the heavy COVID era. Um, Augie Simoncini, who runs, they were hosting like this like this was all the ramps were like it was all just like two quarter pipes, and if you know how to ride stuff, like that's not how it works. There's a like a concrete wall, and dudes were just blasting up the wall. It was insane. And eventually, somebody brought like, and then we used it as like a makeshift ramp and bikes, and then they opened the trunk, and there are exaggerating, like big and mortar mortars in the middle of like the warehouse district of downtown Los Angeles at like almost sundown, and it was absolutely the like just fat going off, and it like eventually uh one of the kids started like crazy and are super high, these high rise curbs, and they smashed into it, and that's where the car is in the photograph. It just like stopped right there. The alignment went out, it was done. And then some of the like some juveniles took some firecrackers and threw it in the car, and that lit. But we didn't notice for like 20 minutes. We went back to like the thing, to our little setup down the way, and we looked back and noticed that car was fully open. And in my head, I was like, hmm. So I went up to it and I did a fast lane at 180 on the driver's side front of the hood with my left foot. So just like I landed it, and I didn't hear it at the time, but somebody called me like like a really rude name, but I had headphones in, so I didn't hear it. And I think had I maybe like that would have stopped me, but yeah, that's Jesus right there. So, um, rideable. Uh, when I eyed it up, and there's a little like tiny little bloop, bloop, and I got off. I didn't ask anybody for a photo or video or anything. And friend Scott Marceau, the guy who took the photograph, was standing across the street. Like I was like, no. Anyway, I hope not. Uh, Later here, weeks later, he texted me, and I got this emoji, and like, and he said the photo, but don't share it. I want to save it for my photo book because he's a bike rider, videographer. Uh, that was as far as it would go, but I was stoked. I thought that was sick, and it's right behind that black guitar right there. And my buddy Chris Mortensen does this cool portrait series of like people in West Ends, and I didn't know what he was talking about. The album, and this has like the first name that pops up. Dude, you got the cover. It was like 7 in the morning. I had no idea what he was talking about. Andrew Knight, who's my friend, Elevated Perspective, he makes some sick elevated perspective. If you want to look at some really cool dig BMX, go on the Instagram right now. So like there it was, and life, and like I've had a lot of like would have probably deterred a lot of other people, but I've been writing since I was like 5 years old. I can like as I was doing it on my own, and and I raced and like key to like I wanted to be a pro bike rider. I really wanted to, and I tried, and I met everybody. But BMX is a wasteland. So I just ride because I love it now. At the cover of like the BMX, they had maybe 6 or 7 photos they were sitting on, and sent him his to like submit for the cover. They were like, "Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's what we need right now." Trimming his lawn. Here's something at all. This is touching. That's so much fun. Write down like some questions or like, I want to be able to like add advice like on how to do this better. I'd like to be able to like add links and videos to it. I think uh get an encoder. If anybody knows how an encoder works. Just kind of picking up. Kind of a crazy fact. I don't know if you guys know, but 65% of all the wages. Cool. Drivers keep all tips. I just kind of wanted to start a podcast. So going on stage or something. Friend. Some, this is pretty fun. Point at and original Guitar Hero guitar. Um, Donated it. I didn't realize they were worth like hundreds of dollars. But I still have some of the game, so if anybody wants to play, hit me up. Let's see what we got here. Whenever a plane goes like that overhead, I call it the OB pause. Um, what else can we see? Got my old CD collection. Uh, Here I will be. If I wish you'd say something in the chat so I can know who you're beautiful. Um, let's see, 14, and I lived in Connecticut. $16 an hour to start, and then they actually paid me $8 an hour. I asked for a raise, and they were like, "How about 8.50?" I'm done, and I've been saying for months now. I don't know if anybody else has seen if they still make those commercials. It's like, you, yeah, like we're all just normal people here, but it was like Betty White driving a golf cart and next to the Jonas Brothers, like TV all the time. And I tell everybody there's 6 movies. I absolutely, with all my heart, love Rocket Power. That was my show as a kid. That was my favorite show, and the Ocean Shores. It's basically the same thing. I bike to work. I get uh, let's see, one influence, and then which is an amazing. That's like you don't really think it's California, but like that's a super cool California movie. Lords of Dogtown, so hard in this. Point Break, and Classy, and Lord, uh, yeah, pretty much all of those were like I wanted to move here and learn to surf. I wanted to have that whole California experience. I go to the beach and just kick it. Like the East Coast beach is not as nice as this one for sure. Ever since I'm getting off track. So the story of how I moved here is pretty cool. Basically, like I was in South Dakota working this terrible job, and I found out my brother had a new. Okay, I have 3 little brothers, and like and who lived like 15 miles away. Savings at night, like as I said, shoebox in the top of my closet, but it's probably spent like 100 didn't know about it until like I was ready to leave. So I think I had like 1,200 bucks, but I ended up leaving South Dakota with like $400 and a dream because I summer camp, in action sports, summer kids, and like 3 week job there. And after my 3 weeks were up, there was 3 more weeks of camp. But I didn't have a position at the time, so it's awesome. I make a bunch of friends. I don't want to go back. I'm not. I've decided I'm not going back to like the Midwest. It's a little bit more west, but I don't know what to call that. The California. I'm doing this. I'm also in like Ba- Springs, which is like kind of. And I wanted to see the ocean and stuff, but I didn't even have GPS. Like I didn't map quested my route the entire way. Like I wrote it out on paper. Just took a chance. But I made it. And 3 weeks of camp were up. On Dorton. He was the instructor that I could stay and work at didn't know what I was going to do, and then I missed his bus, so a hilltop, like a two smoking weed on my bed and just passed out. And when I woke brown haired guy, that was Ate and Willie, and like like well, we're oh cool like so you went back to the car and they're like, dude, our roommate's sick, which is they lived in San Diego, and I was like, you live in San Diego, like that's where I want to go because that's where the Deadline BMX movie's going to premiere. So can I follow you back after? Because I don't actually know how to get there. And they're like, yeah, sure, dude. Because it's like, well, just talk at that point. And let's see. I went. It was awesome. We had a great little final end of the summer, uh, or at least summer camp. There was more summer to come, but like, I'm right behind them in the car, and they're like, "You serious? You're really gonna back?" I followed him literally like bumper to bumper all the way back to San Diego. We ended up at the Sprouts on Pomerado, 15. Well, and I want a shower, so this like that first night, and I was literally too nervous to go in. There was so many people. And it was like, yeah, and so I slept in my car, and car in the same spot again, but I had like the radio on kind of loud. I'd gone to the skate park, and oh my gosh, I forgot when I got to the skate park. 10 minutes into my first, I snapped my frame in half. I tried a disaster and this just caved in. I had no bike, so I moved here to ride bikes, and I had no bike. I forgot that happened. Oh man, that was crazy. So, and then it was like late at night. I'm in the same spot. The radio's on, and so I think that like whoever and he's like, "Oh, okay, cool. Well, since you were honest with me, I'm not going to take you to jail, but here's what you're gonna do. I'm gonna get in my car. You're gonna walk over to that bush, and you're gonna dump that out, and I'm never gonna see you in this neighborhood again." And I was like, I walked over to the bush. I looked back, and he was gone. So I was like, "Fuck that." Kept the weed. I found a new spot, being in front of what would become like a really good friend of mine's house at the time. My friend Sam. Before I met him, like a week. I was there for about a week. one morning and was like, "You got somewhere to be, bro?" But I'd never met his dad or the kid at the time, and, like, since then, we've had a bunch of really fun adventures, like, spent my 22nd birthday with them. They're good people, but that was just a funny way to start our, relationship. So, little orange tree in the backyard. That doesn't mean anything to you guys, but it was a cool ass tree. I ever looked over this Wendy's that burned down. Anyway, also I was in Poway, so I hadn't even seen San Diego. Like I thought that San Diego was like San Diego. This is it right here. So eventually, like I met some people down and to like the beach and kind of like give me a tour of the city. This is one of the craziest stories. I think I'm glad I'm going to have some kind of like place Starbucks now, but it was a McDonald's and I was using their Wi-Fi. So charger was in the roof, like so I had to stand on the bench and like go up and put it in, and my phone was like dangling. It was really funny, but the whole thing. I didn't even have any money. I couldn't eat. I was now out of money, out of a job. I was $100 by the time I got to San Diego. So I was. This dude was like, "Yo, can I use your cell phone charger?" And he seemed like kind of wild, but I was like, "Sure, I don't give a shit. That's fine." Something to eat, because I was like, so I got three cookies. Like, I literally could have got a burger or a chicken sandwich or a fucking grill wrap, but it's crazy. Uh, yo, like my car's in the shop. Like, do you have a car? If you can give me a ride, I'll give you gas money. We just took this dude on like a series of errands, but he ended up like showing me a couple different parts of like San Diego. Like, there's a picture I have of me at Ocean Beach. First time I went to Ocean Beach was with this guy. Like he showed me. It was pretty cool. Crazy though. You hang in there. So basically, uh, or would do like a couple. It seems like he's doing business. I have no idea. He bought me a frappuccino. I never had one of those before. I'm like, this is fucking delicious. uh, and yeah, like um, how do I put it? Basically, like this is where it gets squirrely. So he's like, "Yo, I have these speakers. I'm gonna sell them to this guy. I need you to pick this dude up and drive us to the bank. I'll give you $150 right now." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, like for sure, bro. That's more money than I had to start. So it's like, okay, we're leveling up. So house, I pick up a human being and speakers, and we drive down to all right, we're gonna go in and do bank stuff. And so they all go in. Um, there's like a bottle cap, oh, like my wind, and twisty tie. So it looks like a very tiny pot, and there's like this black gunk in it. And I was like, "What the fuck is that?" Um, I'm also 6, a visual of like what's going on here, and so I, what the fuck is this? Like all right, whatever. Put it back down and listening to the radio, and then just this the first guy I met, just he comes back out to the car. He sits down in the passenger seat, and he says, "Do you have any water?" It gave him a liquid death. Just kidding. They weren't there at the time. But I gave him a water bottle, and then he's like, "Hey, can I use your cell phone charger one more time?" Sure. Thinking he's going to charge his cell phone, surely. Um, but no, he on his arm, he put the water cap, and then he lit a fire under it, like bubble, and then he did the arm thing a little bit tighter. He pulled out a fucking syringe and shot heroin in my car. Um, Never forget the way that he looked at me after, because it was like, and then went back into the bank and proceeded to do the transaction. Like, he came back out, he gave me money. We dropped this dude off, his friend, and at this point, I was like, I'm nervous now. I don't feel comfortable, but I also can't be like, "Hey, can you like get out?" And he's like, "Sure." Guts me. Yeah, I didn't want that. So he takes me to In-N-Out Burger, and I have my very first In-N-Out Burger with this guy. I haven't remembered all this, but uh, I'm sitting there. He doesn't eat the a burger, by the way. Like he just gets one for me, which is super sick. So we're sitting outside. I will never forget this. I'm eating my burger. These three Germans. I know they're German because they're like, maybe Polish or like someone like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm being insensitive. I'm sorry. Like they they're trying to walk in, and he's like, "Hey, wait. Do you want to hear? Is that Ollie? Andy? What's up, dude?" Oh yeah, it was my cat. So basically, like this dude uh is he stopped Germans, right? And he's like, "Hey, you want to hear some freestyle rap? Yo, I went to the park. It was sick. Then I rode my bicycle. Like it was not good. It was very much bad." And but he does it for a solid 8 9 minutes and doesn't let them like leave, and they're trying to like get by. But it's three of them, and he's like stopping the whole group, and I'm like, I finished the burger by the time he's done, and then this is so real. I can see it in my head. Like this couple pulls up. It's literally the couple from that painting of the farmer with his wife. Like he has a pitchfork, and they're like bad people. They pull up in like a gold version of my car, just this like classic Century or something. And he comes out to me and he's like, "Hey, do you want to make $3,000 right now?" And I was like, "What's up?" And he's like, "I'm about to go sell a half pound of meth. Like, will you drive me and these guys?" And I was like, "You know what? I got to beat my buddy about some free T-shirts," which was true. My friend Kyle at the time was going to give me some T-shirts, and I used that as a ploy to escape. And I never heard or saw that guy. I never heard from or saw that guy ever again. Happiest days of my life, 100%. That was nuts, dude. 100%. So it's in August, which is pretty cool. I've been in this house 6 years next month, which is really cool. That's really been known to hang around me for very long. 0 to 3, and anywhere to this day was 3 to 11. With my dad and my grandma because my parents got divorced when I was 3. I lived with them at first, then they split up, and I went with my grandma, and my dad. My mom was in Utah, and I was like bing bonged all year, 5 times a year, like a year or two. It was 2 years or less, no matter what. Like always, even until I moved into this house. So this is the second longest I've ever lived anywhere in like a feels really nice. I like the stability. I love my animals. Hey, buddy. Like, well, but as far as like before. I should say that. I'm very sometimes, but this seems like a good outlet to be able to talk about those kind of things. Like I do feel a little bit more grateful about my home, and it's not a lot, but I'm ready to. I'm doing comedy tonight. About to make some money, take some photos, and yeah, it should be a good old day. Wonder how long we've been doing this. 50 minutes. Gee willikers, that's sick. Oh man, I want go an hour. We should definitely go an hour. That'd be fun. Sound. That'd be yeah. So I guess now there's like a lot of sound effects happening. I hope that you guys can't hear this. I wonder if anybody said anything in the chat. Not yet, but person watching. So thank you very much. And wow, this is cool, man. Oh yeah, I have to put the link for the book. And says funny. Write it down and try to play around that like show. And I just thought like slightly above chairs, great therapy. So I tried it a couple times and no one ever laughed. And then like the fifth time I tried it, it worked. And people laughed. It's like, oh shit, cool. I thought a cackle and wrote it. Ooh, it's on this phone. Timer. That's funny. Excuse me. Nope, nope. Can't say that on YouTube. Nope. It's been pretty wild. Pretty wild lately. I don't want to talk about it for sure. That's like you got to be careful with this thing when you're alive. Oh, this is dangerous. Um, it's kind of neat. This little guy right here is my dad made this Julius Caesar out of clay when he was a little dude. It's kind of neat. I don't know. I'm running out of things to talk about, and this is fun. We could I could take you on a little tour. That'd be kind of fun. Yeah, I'll take you on a tour of my home. Check it out, MTV Crib style. Home. So check it out. We got a little my wall of mementos. Got my family. Grandpa picture fell down, which is bad, but I'll find that. Um, like neat toy. Got a couple books, couple of pictures. To me, is vinyls. Really into record collecting. We got some plants and we got art. Sketch this when he was younger or alive. Um, Vic, you can see his name and his signature right there. It's pretty cool. And apparently, he had this Ozzy on every drum set he ever had. I love these photos because I must have taken this one of him. Like the way he's looking at me is kind of cool because like he's looking at his son. And this is me. That's still me today. And that's his like cool tour photo. He rode a long time ago, and that's me there with the thing. It's like a very, it's like a road. Forgot some cool film cameras. Got 35. We'll move over to the kitchen area. Got some cool shells. Got these conchs from the Bahamas. Got some abalones filled with cool stuff. This little dude got him at Burning Man. Won him in a bingo game. The old logo, Galactic Seabass. Wall of glasses. Trusty bicycle. And yes, I was prom king. That is true. Guitars. That one's my first acoustic, and then got our electric uke, and then we got this old Jasmine I got when I was 9, but decided not to play for 15 more years. My Guitar Hero guitar, this tiny bass. I've got my Julian Casablancas Strokes guitar, which is up for sale, and then my trusty electric acoustic, Johnny Cash. Oh, since I'm up, I can actually just show you that photo from earlier that I was talking about. It's right here. Oh, definitely knocked some stuff down. But that's it. That's the that's the gonna ride on a car, which is pretty sweet. That was fun, man. What a great time, honestly. I'd do it again. I got these cool bears. My mom and dad exchanged some bears a long time ago, and I still have them. Like, I know it's weird to have stuffed animals, but I don't really care. I got Jerry Garcia. This guy has my same font, and it says Galaxy. I love that. But a candle spilled on him, which was very funny. And I got these cool little light bulbs. Kind of dirty. Uh, this is a neat thing. I made this amp in like high school out of clay, which is pretty sweet. Um, and like it's got like a back section too. And then that I made. I finished this painting pretty recently. I love this one though. This is Ollie and me. It's pretty sweet. It's a big fan of that. This is my dad's old Pegasus picture, a little holographic dude. And I made this too. It's like a 3D painting. Yeah, that's pretty much that area. And then over here, um, my dad's back in the day, so this thing's sick. Also, an original Metallica "Don't Tread on Me," and where's the beef? It's pretty legit. Got got my dad's gold record. Uh, so I'm not going to show you all of it, but that's my album. Got a cool portrait. New spot. Yeah, this is the mic I made my little album with. This is kind of fun. This is a like a wall of currency that I've collected, and then like a little keychain from every country, which is kind of cool. So lots of like neat bills and stuff. I haven't gone through. There's like 3 more in here I have to fix, but I like this one a lot. I might make it like an art piece or something. Wow, we've been filming for an hour. This is sick. All right, cool. We did a podcast for an hour. What? This is crazy. All right, let's put this back down and go to the Galactic Seabass podcast. If you can think of a better name than that, please let me know. I am open to suggestions. This is really neat. So I'm thinking, yeah, every Thursday. right now. It sounds awesome. On the Galactic Seabass channel. I'm your host as always, and I look forward to doing this again. I'll try to figure out more of the figure outfits. We'll hang out with some cool people, and thank you again to Liquid Death. Make sure to go out and consume, consume. One of you guys that watches my videos and have over the years, like whether it was for festivals or you guys. And I look forward to making more and having some more adventures and hopefully putting together more of like a itemized dialogue. So thank you for being here, and I hope to see you along the road. Uh, I can't steal. I'm really upset about you taking stuff. First video ever, if you go watch it, I used to end it with this. I'm Galactic Seabass. Thanks for tuning in. End transmission.